being an awesome audience. Because often, like there's research that says, what are we most afraid of? And it goes public speaking, death. So the fact that we're making a warm room for public speaking is really awesome. Thank you very much. Are you ready for your next act of the evening? Yeah. Please welcome to the stage the fabulous Gwen. Woo! Keep going, keep going.
Hi, Montreal. Bonjour. My name is Gwen. I am a postmenopausal, self-employed landscaper with a side gig cleaning people's houses. Now, I could forgive you for assuming that therefore my house has like perfectly manicured lawn and these beautiful gardens with these bursting blooms, and that the inside of my house is totally manicured and all welcoming and curated by Martha what's her name. I'm so sorry to bust your bubble. But the truth is, the shoemaker's kids go barefoot, and when I get home, it's dark, and I'm not cutting the grass, and I really hate dusting. So I clean other people's houses. My own, not so much. And, I've made peace with the chaos. I'm complete with that. And I really I just don't like things, Like, things, they take up a lot of space. They never stay where they're supposed to be. And then to be dusted all the time. Right now, my partner, Todd, I live with Todd, and he really likes things. So, we live together with our 2 shedding dogs and all of Todd's things. And I love Todd dearly, but his things, not so much. And he has a lot of things. And, woo! Fear and excitement are the same thing, and I'm really excited to be here. Yeah. So I told my sisters, God love them, that I was going to start a house cleaning business. I texted them that, actually. And, they were really supportive. Like, let's ask Siri what they said. Hey, Siri, read the text message from my sisters. Doo-doo. You have 2 new messages from the group that includes Bitch 1 and Bitch 2. Bitch 1 said, laughing face with crying tears emoji, laughing face with crying tears emoji, laughing face with, hey, Siri, knock it off. I'm sorry, Gwen. I don't know what you mean by, hey, Siri, knock it off. Would you like me to search the web? Surely my other sister would have said something more supportive. Hey, Siri, keep reading. You have another message from Bitch 2. Bitch 2 said, rolling on the floor, laughing emoji, rolling on the floor, laughing emoji. Oh. Okay, well, at least I hope my sisters love me as well as they know me. So, we're talking about Todd and his things, and I don't remember why. Oh, yeah, so Todd really loves things. He loves old things, he loves pretty things, and he loves interesting things. And that's good for me, since I seem to be falling into those categories. And, wow. Woo! And it's a good thing, too, because otherwise we probably wouldn't have any furniture. I think that if our house caught on fire, what would I grab? Well, I would take my dogs, and I would take my phone and probably a bag of marshmallows. Yeah. So, okay, are you ready? All right. This is about knickknacks, all right? So it was like last Christmas, and in this fit of like perimenopausal nesting, which is distinct from actual cleaning, I found myself unpacking this box full of useless dust-collecting objects, like actual knickknacks. Knickknacks are the stuff of little old ladies. How did they get in my house? And so I'm unpacking these things, and I'm putting them on the shelf. Okay, are you ready? Okay. Knick-knack. Good, good. That's like a knock-knock joke, but it's like a knick-knack joke. Knick-knack. Old lady. So, there was an old lady who lived in a shoe with a guy who had knickknacks right up the wazoo. Things that were ancient and things that were cute. And all wrapped in bubble wrap to forever pollute. So sentimental and covered in dust, arranged on the shelf to stay if they must. But then I listened more closely to the stories they told of family that had passed, of days that were old. Out clutter, out chaos, out frustrated reason, in love, in tender, sweet nostalgia of season. And wouldn't I know, and couldn't I say, that my old Grinch's heart grew 3 sizes that day. For these things they hold space for my husband's good graces. Maybe knick-knack and bric-a-brac make a house a home. I'd rather dust than die alone. So, as much as I love being self-employed, I think that I'd like to have more of an impact on the way that we're leaving the world for the next generation. And, I've even considered, I've flirted, getting into politics or poetry. And, I'm thinking, well, how would I get there, right? I'm a landscaper. But then, can I tell you a secret? Thanks. I'm Canadian, and I voted for the Green Party, but secretly, I love Donald Trump. Not his policies, not his politics, and not his personality. But what I love about Donald Trump is that he's lowered the bar so far down. For what it means to be rich, successful, and famous. He gives me hope. I thought that, by the time you could write president on your resume, you'd pretty much reach the pinnacle of American success, right? In Canada, that would be what? Being asked to dance for the National Ballet, or the Leafs winning the cup, or my sister's coming over after I did the vacuuming, right? So, I thought you'd have to be really good with money and good with people and be this charismatic leader to get elected. But Donald Trump fixed all that. He's declared bankruptcy 6 times. He's a virtual pariah with, Western world leaders. And, the guy can divide a country with a single tweet. So clearly the fact that I can't read a financial statement shouldn't keep me from being elected, right? And if I get to Parliament Hill, I am so gonna clean house. But wait, there's more. If you act now. Oh yeah, so one thing that that divisive world leaders have really gifted us with is they've galvanized some of the most important political movements of our time. You know, like the Me Too movement, like Black Lives Matter, like, you know, global action around climate change, right? It's actually up to us how this all turns out, right? And, you know, is anyone here from what you'd call a dysfunctional family? Yeah, okay, there's my tribe, right? So, yeah, so like I remember when I was a kid, the moment when it just dawned on me that my parents were only theoretically in charge, right? And that if we wanted to survive, me and my sisters, we'd actually have to learn to get along, right? And that's where we're at globally, right? It's gonna be like you and me looking after each and every, right? And we'd better get on that because we don't have much time and we're getting old. Well, you are. I, in fact, have hacked aging. This is brilliant, okay? Do you know that thing we do where we put our clocks back every fall, right? This daylight savings time thing, right? Well, I figure if we can move the clocks back, we should just do it, right? Like Trump, he's got his alternate facts. I'm on alternate time, baby. Okay, so like now, every night before I go to bed, I put my clock back an hour. That gives me 7 extra hours every week. I'm getting younger. And it's not just the beauty sleep, no. I have calculated that by the time I'm scheduled to turn 50, I will have pushed that sucker back a good month. When I'm 100, I will have the svelte body of a 98-year-old. Take that, oil of Olay. And we've got climate change. We've got 11 years, apparently, to turn this thing around. I've just bought us an extra 5 months. We've got this. Thank you, and good night.
People of Sustainable Stand Up, Gwen!